Yeah, today I will be discussing about the conditional branching statements, right? So the conditional branching statements, this is part of second module. Uh, so it comes in second, it comes as a second section. Okay, yesterday we have discussed about input and output functions in C program. So very next concept is conditional branching statements. So in this video or in this class, I will be discussing about the various uses of conditional branching statements. So exactly we will consider a few examples where these conditional branching statements will be used in a real-time applications. Okay, and next we shall see classification of conditional branching statements, right? So many different conditional branching statements are there that we will see, and after that we will discuss about the simple if statements with a program example, right? So this is my today's discussion. So let us first understand what are the uses of the simple if statement. So the simple if statement is one of the conditional statement. So regarding this we shall discuss later, but just you consider it as a conditional statement. Instead of saying it as a if, I say it as a conditional statement. Okay, so the first use of conditional statement is to find the largest of two number. Suppose if you want to find the largest of two numbers, okay, say if I give input as a, right, if I give input as a, say say 5 and 20. So assume this 5 is stored in A and 20 is stored in B. So what I want to know which number is the big here out of these two values. Okay, so we humans can analyze the things here very easily, because I know 5 will come first and 20 will come later. Okay, with learning knowledge. So from childhood, I have been taught that 1 2 3 4 5 so on. 20 after 2021 will come, so on, 200, 500, 1000, so on, like number they have taught, like. Okay, so based on that knowledge I can say it as what here, the 20 is greater than 5. Okay, so but coming to machine, suppose if you wanted to know this result by machine, so by machine, then what happens, you have to write a instructions. Okay, you have to write a instructions to train the machine to give a result which one is greater here. Okay, in such a case we will use conditional statements, branching statements. Okay, we will apply some condition. Say for example I apply some condition like this. Say what I do, I apply a condition: if A is greater than B, then what I do, I say A is big. Okay, so else I say B is big, like I say. Okay, so this is nothing but what here, conditional branching statement. So depends upon this condition. If this condition is true, then what happens, this will be executed. If this condition is false, if it is false, then it will execute this particular set of the instructions. So it will leave this part, it will execute this one. If the condition is true, uh, the machine will execute this particular part and it will skip this one. So here what happening, depends upon, so I can say depends upon, depends upon condition, condition, the branch is taking place here, branching is happening here. Okay, so depends upon condition, it is jumping to particular block. That is called as what here? Branching. Okay, so this is one of the application, right? Similarly, we have some other applications. Suppose if you wanted to find a given number is even or odd. Okay, so in that case, we will use conditional branching statements, right? So let us take an example here. Assume I have taken a number. Okay, I don't know what is the value of this n. Suppose if I give a value of n as a 4, then it should say it is a even. Okay, so it is a even, right? So else it should say the given number is what here? Odd. So how do we take a decision here? We will apply some condition here. So we will apply some condition. Okay, so what condition we will apply? Say I write say if n mod 2 equal to 0. Okay, see if n mod 2 equal to 0, I say the number is even, else the number is what here? Odd. Okay, so what happens in this case? What is the value of n? Value of n is 4. 4 mod 2. So 4 mod 2 means 2 to the 4. The remainder is what here? 0. So 0 equal to 0. Yes, this condition is true. True means this particular block will be executed and it will skip this block. Suppose if this condition is false, then this particular block will be skipped. It will execute this one. See what happening here depends upon the result of the condition. We are taking a branch here. So particular set of the instructions we are executing. Okay. For such a implementations, so we will use branching statements. Okay. So next we will consider another example. Let us take the given number is positive or negative. In that case also we will use conditional branching statement. And if we want to check whether a person is eligible for vote or not, in that case also we will use conditional branching statement. Similarly, eligibility for marriage, eligibility for exam, or eligibility for job. In all these situations, we will use a conditional branching statements, right? So now, what we do, we shall understand what are the different conditional branching statements which are available in a C. So before this, let us define formally what is meant by branching statements. Okay, so normally what happens, a program will be executed in a sequence, right? So in sequence means a program will be executed top to bottom manner, right? So first statement will be executed, after that which is next statement that will be executed, so on. Like this a program will be executed. But in case of conditional branching statement, here what happens, a program will be executed depends upon some condition. So just now what I have discussed here. So if the condition is true, then some certain steps will be executed. Otherwise what happens, some set of the statements will be executed. So a conditional branching statements are also called as decision making statements. Okay, so this is regarding a branching statements definition. So let us look at what are the different types of branching statements which are available in a C program. So we have simple if statement, if else statement, nested if statement, else if ladder, and switch statement. So all these are conditional branching statements of a C program. So let us discuss one by one along with its general format and how these particular conditional statements will be used in a program for implementing uh, particular objective. Okay, so let us first discuss about what is meant by if statement. So the if statement is called as one-way selection statement available in a C program. So here only one particular decision will be taken. Okay, and it helps the programmer to execute or skip true block of the statement based on given condition. So in this case, what we do, first we will check a condition. So let us discuss about its syntax. So the general form is we write if condition. So this is a keyword and this is a condition, right? So if this condition is true, then what happens? This particular block will be executed. Okay, so only one way of the selection here. So we are only checking for true condition. If the condition is true, this block will be executed, and if the condition is false, we don't have any block which is to be executed here. So that's why it is called as one-way selection statement. If the condition is true, some set of the statements will be selected for the execution. Suppose if the condition is false, we don't want to do anything. Okay, so what happens after that? Some statements will be there after this if block, so those will be executed by default. Okay, so let us look at the flowchart. So here this is condition, right? So the condition will be checked at this place. If the condition is true, then this particular body will be executed. If the condition is false, then what happens? A set of these statements after if block, those will be executed. See, in if statement, simple if statement, we have only a block for true condition. Okay, if the condition is true, we will execute some set of the statements. If the condition is false, we don't do anything. Okay, so that's why it is called as a simple if statement, and we will be having only set of the statements which is for true condition. Okay, so now what we do, we shall use uh, code blocks software, and we will implement some concept uh, to demonstrate this simple if statement. Okay, so let me open a code block, right? So this is a code block. So I will create a file, empty file. So here I just type the objective. I put this objective in a comment line. What is my objective? Yes, O objective. So my objective is to find the given number is positive. Okay, the given number is positive or not. So that's all. Say I don't bother about if it is not positive, does this number is negative or what? I don't bother about this. So my objective is to check only for positive. So if entered number is positive or not, that's all. If it is not positive, then is it a negative? For that I am not checking anything here. Okay, so in this scenario we will use simple if statement. So let me implement a code for this particular objective. So I write hash include stdio.h void main. Yeah, so these two are the instructions which should be present in a program to insert a header file and mark the beginning of the program line. So let me take a number as a n. So because I want to enter integer number, so that's why I have declared it as a int n. N is a variable. Okay. So next I write a printf statement to ask the user to enter the value of the n. Enter the number. Okay. So double quote complete. So next I write a scanf statement to read a number which is entered from the keyboard. So here I have used %d because I am reading integer number from the keyboard, and I write ampersand and I want to store that number in a variable n. So next I use if condition. So how do we check a given number is positive or not? We compare a number with 0. If it is greater than 0, then I say that particular number is positive. Okay, so I apply a condition like this: n greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, then I write printf the given number is positive. So within the bracket I would like to display plus v. Okay, so I want to display which is that number, right? So the value of n number is stored in n variable. So I close here and I write a statement like welcome again. Okay, so this is a default statement which will be executed by default. Okay, irrespective of the condition satisfaction. Okay, so I write in this way. Okay, so /n double quote complete semicolon, and this is end of the program. So here my program has started. So this is a variable declaration. So this statement will read a value from the keyboard. Here condition will be checked. If this condition is true, the true block will be executed. Okay, and we don't have any other block when the condition is false, because here I am using very simple if statement. So let me save this file. I say if, yes, see if, I write dot c. So I will debug this program. Yeah, so 0 errors and 0 warnings. So my program is correct. So I click on run button. Okay, so now it is asking me to enter the number. So I give 5 as an input. I have entered 5 as an input. Yes, it is showing the given number is positive, right? The given number is positive. So just I insert /n here to bring the cursor down. So I build. Okay. So
/n, sir.
Yes. Thank you. /n. Yes. Build. I run this. So now I enter say 6. Yes, the given number is 6. The number is positive and it is 6. So let me give some negative number so that to check is there any code for negative number. So now I give -5. No, so -5 we don't have any instructions here. Okay, so for -5 what happened here? The n value is -5. -5 is greater than 0. No, the condition is false. Means this particular block is skipped. So therefore only it has executed this particular instruction. Therefore, the output it has displayed is welcome again. Okay, so this is about simple if